At the end of the year, they have to prepare the financial account, that is called as the financial accounts of life insurance company. We have to add income from investment. So add income from investment to this amount. So balance sheet starts from, this is source of fund. So source of fund, under source of fund we will be having three schedules. Premium. See, what are the premiums? See, premium is the amount the insurance company has received from the customers. Hello my dear students, I am here Ajay sir, faculty, Department of Commerce and Management, Vidya Ashram, First Grade College, Mysuru, a temple of excellence. My dear students, in today's session I am going to handle the subject Corporate Accounting 2 for the 4th SEM BCom, and the topic is accounting for life insurance. So this type of problem will be expect for 15 marks problem. You can expect this type of problem. So next one, financial accounts for life insurance company. So what do you mean by financial accounts for life insurance company? At the end of the year, the life insurance company has to prepare financial account. At the end of the year, they have to prepare the financial account, that is called as the financial accounts of life insurance company. Under this, we have to prepare revenue account. So see, there are 15 schedules. How many schedules are there? 15 schedules are there. Out of this, 4 schedules, first 4 schedules are the revenue account schedules. So first we have to prepare the revenue account. So under that, we have to first show the 4 schedules are the revenue account schedule, and remaining 11 schedules are the balance sheet schedule. See, under life insurance company accounts, we have to prepare 15 schedule. Out of 15 schedule, first 4 schedule number 1, 2, 3 and 4 are the revenue account schedule. Next one, from 5 to 15 is the balance sheet schedule. From this 5 to 15, schedule number 5, 6 and 7 are the source of fund. Schedule number 5, 6 and 7 are the source of fund. Next one, from 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and 15 are the application of fund. See, again I am repeating, out of 15 schedule, 4 schedule are the revenue account schedule. Remaining from 4 to 15, remaining 11 schedule are the balance sheet schedule. Again coming to balance sheet schedule, so number 5, 6, 7 are the source of fund, and from 8 to 15 are the application of fund. We have to deduct the current liabilities, schedule number 12. So adding all the schedule from 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14 and 15. So later we can deduct this schedule number 12 as a current liabilities. Once again I am repeating, total schedule 15 schedule. First 4 are the revenue account schedule. Next from 5 to 15 are the balance sheet. In that balance sheet schedules, so first 3, 5, 6, 7 are the source of fund. From 8 to 15 are the application of fund. But schedule number 12, current liability should be deducted. Please bear in your mind. Now coming to the format of life insurance company. See, first this is the form of revenue account. Form of revenue account. See, premium received is the schedule number 1. So premium received is the schedule number 1. Next one, we have to add income from investment. So add income from investment to this amount. Okay. Again, add interest on dividend received. So if you have any interest received on dividend, so that is the amount right here. Later, this is called as, whatever the amount you added here, the total amount is called as total A. This is called as total A. Next, coming to the schedule number 2, 3 and 4. So this is commission paid. So if you have any commission paid, comes to the schedule number 2. Next one, operating expenses, that comes under schedule number 3. Next one, benefits paid. So it may be claims, or it may be bonus, or it may be surrenders, comes under the benefits paid. So that comes under schedule number 4. So add it. So whatever the amount you got, that is the total B. That is called as total B. Again, add A plus B. So that is the grand total. A plus B equals to the surplus. Now next, after getting the total B, now A minus B. See, whatever the amount you got here, this amount A, and whatever the amount you got here, this amount A minus B. So if you deduct the amount from A, so what are the difference? You get surplus or deficit. So this is the, if A is more than B, then you get surplus. If B is more than A, then you get deficit. Whether we will get either deficit or surplus here. So it may be surplus or it may be surplus or deficit you get here. So A minus B. So if A is more, then it is called as surplus. If B is more, then it is called as deficit. Next, coming to form of balance sheet. So coming to balance sheet, under that, so balance sheet starts from, this is source of fund. So source of fund, under source of fund, we will be having 3 schedules. What are those? Share capital, schedule number 5, and revenue and surplus, schedule number 6, and borrowings from schedule number 7. If you add it, that is total source. If you add here, that is total source. Next, coming to the applications of fund. So this is applications of fund, underline it. Next one, under that, first one, investment. Investment comes under schedule number 8, and later loans, schedule number 9, and fixed assets, schedule number 10, and cash in hand or other current assets, schedule number 11, and advance and other assets, schedule number 12, and deduct the current liability. So now deduct the current liability out of the total amount, then whatever you get, that is the application of fund. Whatever you get, that is the application of fund. Here, now after current liability, so schedule number 14 and 15 can be shown apart from balance sheet separately. Sometimes someone, what they will do, they will show the schedule number 14 and 15 here only, but they will not add the amount. Keep this in mind. They will show the schedule number 14, for example, schedule number 14 here and schedule number 15 here, but they will not take the amount for consideration. They will just leave the amount here blank. They will just leave the amount column blank. So we should not add or deduct any amount from schedule number 14 and 15. Keep this in mind. Now let's go to the schedules. See, first one, schedule number 1, premium. See, what are the premiums? See, premium is the amount the insurance company has received from the customers, or it may be policy holder. So it is premium received right here, the premium received. Again, add outstanding premium of the current year. Add outstanding premium of the current year. See, outstanding premium of the current year should be added. See, add the outstanding premium here. So again, add further bonus utilized in reduction of premium. So add further bonus utilized in reduction of premium. Again, deduct the reinsurance premium. So reinsurance premium means what? Reinsurance premium means company has to share the premium amount with other insurance companies, so that if company feels the insurance is the payment of the lump sum amount in the form of insurance is a burden for the insurance company, in that case the company will make a contract with other company, so they will share the burden, and the whatever premium received from the customer, the company will share with the other insurance company. That is called as reinsurance company. So reinsurance company is it is also insurance where company shares the premium and also risk with the other company. That's what. And if the company is having any reinsurance policy with other company, then it has to share the premium. So deduct this reinsurance premium, then you'll get some amount here. Again, add the consideration for this is annuity granted. So consideration for annuities granted, add here consideration for annuities granted. The total amount you can write here. So this is called total amount is the premium. Now coming to the schedule number 2, commission. Schedule number 2 is the commission. So if the insurance company paid any commission to the agents, so for agents the insurance company has to pay the commission. So the insurance company has to pay the commission here. This is a schedule number 2. Next one, schedule number 3, operating expenses. What are the operating expenses? For example, management expenses. So usually you get management expenses. So you can write here management expenses. If there is any outstanding management expenses, add outstanding management expenses. Add outstanding management expenses here. So total amount you can write here. This is the total amount of operating expenses. Next one, schedule number 4, benefits paid. So what are the benefits paid by the insurance company? What are the benefits? So it may be claims by death, claims by maturity of insurance policy, and also surrenders. For example, if any customer did not want to continue the life insurance policy, he wants to surrender the policy to the insurance company, then company has to pay the amount, and also company has to pay the bonus. These are the 3 main items comes under surrenders. What are those? First one, claims. Second one, surrenders. Next one, bonus. And if in case any annuities, so you can also add annuities for the benefits paid. Next one, here claims by death. Write the claims by death here. Again, add the claims by maturity. So add claims by maturity. Next one, add outstanding claims of current year. So if you have any outstanding claims of current year, add it. So any outstanding of the current year, add. Any outstanding of previous year, deduct. So it may be claims or it may be premium. So here outstanding of the current year, this is current year, add outstanding of the current year because we are preparing the balance sheet for the current year. Next one, deduct outstanding claims of the last year. So deduct outstanding claims of the last year. Total amount you can write here. Next, you can add the annuities also. So you can directly write the annuities here. Annuities. Next one, add outstanding. First one, surrenders. So first let's go to the surrenders. Again, add outstanding surrenders of the current year. If you have any surrenders admitted but not claimed also, we can write here. Surrenders admitted but not paid also we can write here. Next one, surrenders claims adjusted against loans and policies. So we can add this surrenders claims adjusted loans and policies we can add here. So these are all the adjustment points. Later we'll discuss the adjustment points. Don't worry. Next one, you can write the amount here. Next one, bonus. So next topic is bonus here. So first write the bonus. Let's write bonus. So bonus amount. So add bonus in reduction of premium. So if they're given in the adjustment bonus in the reduction of premium, we can add here. Here also we have added bonus or further bonus in reduction of premium. Here the same adjustment will be shown here. Next one, further bonus in reduction of premium, add it here. So add this further bonus in reduction of premium. So it will be having twofold effect. Here also we have shown here. Here also we have added the further bonus in reduction of premium. Again also we should add here further bonus in reduction of premium. So to write the total amount here. Next point is schedule number 5, share capital. So these are all the balance sheet schedule. See, first 4 schedule is the revenue account schedule. Next is the balance sheet schedule. So What are the balance sheet schedule here? Schedule number 5 represents the balance sheet schedule here. So let's write authorized capital here. So authorized capital, we should not touch the authorized capital. It is the permission given by the government to issue the shares. That is the authority given by the government to the company to issue number of shares. So we should not add or we should not deduct the authorized capital. Just show the authorized capital. Next one, issued and subscribed. For that, deduct any calls in arrears. Deduct any calls in arrears. Again, add forfeited shares if given. Next one, so what are the amount you get? That is the paid up capital. So total issued and subscribed. Again, deduct the calls in arrears and add the forfeited shares. Whatever the amount you get is the paid up capital. Next one, schedule number 6, reserves and surplus. So what do you mean by reserves and surplus? See, under reserves and surplus, life fund at the beginning of the year. So show it here. Again, add the surplus. So what are the surplus we have calculated in the revenue account? We have to show here. So add the surplus. Total should be shown in the total amount. Next one, schedule number 7 is the borrowings. So borrowings from, it may be bank or borrowing from any other insurance company. Usually you will be having this only one item here. So borrowings you can write as a schedule number 7. Next one, schedule number 8, investment. So this also comes under balance sheet schedules. So first one, schedule number 8, investment. For investment, write in the inner column. Next one, shares and debentures. So if you invested in any shares and debenture, add to that. Next one, investment in government security also you can add directly. You can write in the second column. Next, coming to the schedule number 9, reserves and surplus. Schedule number 9, reserves and surplus. So for that is mortgages in India. So first one, mortgages in India, put in the inner column. Next one, add mortgages outside India. It may be in foreign. So you can add mortgages outside India. Again, deduct the surrenders claims adjusted against loans and policies. You can deduct this amount and show it in the outer column. Next one, schedule number 10, fixed assets. Fixed asset, you may be having building, premises, furniture, land, computer, machinery. So if you have any depreciation also, we can deduct here. So it may be building. So you can directly show building here. If you have any depreciation, deduct the depreciation and show the total outer column. Next one, again, if you have any appreciation, add the appreciation and remaining amount you can show it in the outer column. So building, premises, furniture. Next one, computer. Next one, machinery, add it. So total you get total amount of schedule number 10, fixed assets. Next one, schedule number 11, cash and bank balance. You will be having cash and bank balance. Total amount we can show it here. Next one, schedule number 12, advance and other assets. What are the advance and other assets here? So debtors, you will be having debtors. Next one, you will be having interest accrued but not received. Interest accrued but not received. Next one, interest accruing but not due also, current asset. Next one, outstanding premium. So if premium not yet received, there is also current assets. Next one, agents balance, there is also current assets. Next one, deposits with RBI, there is also current assets. So if you paid any and also income tax deducted at source, there is also current assets you can add. So total is the schedule number 12, advance and other assets. Next one, schedule number 13, current liabilities. What are the current liabilities? Outstanding claims. So if the claims admitted but not paid is the outstanding claim. Next one, outstanding management expenses. So it is also one of the current assets. Next one, premium deposit is also current asset. Show it in the total second column. Next one, schedule number 14 and 15. See, this amount will not be appeared in the balance sheet. So we just add it here, but we will not show it in the balance sheet. Even though we write the schedule number 14 provision, schedule number 15 miscellaneous expenses, so it cannot be added or deducted. So we should not do anything in the balance sheet. So provision for taxation, deduct if you have any income tax, deduct it and put in the outer column. Next one, preliminary expense also, schedule number 15 comes under schedule number 15, and also next one, discount on issue of shares and debenture is also comes under miscellaneous expenses. Total is the total schedule number 15. Now let's go to the working note. So what are the adjustments we will get in this type of problems? First one, outstanding premium. Outstanding premium of current year. Outstanding premium of current year. So where we can show outstanding premium of current year? See in the, so all the adjustments will be having twofold effect. So one effect in the revenue account schedule, another effect in the balance sheet schedule. Once again I am repeating. So all the adjustments will be having twofold effect. One effect should comes in revenue account schedule. So another effect should comes in balance sheet schedules. First coming to outstanding premium. So it is a premium is a income for us. If it is outstanding, so you can show it here. Add to the schedule number 1 premium. Okay, schedule number 1 premium we can show. Again we have to show in the balance sheet schedule, where we can show it is a current asset, schedule number 12. So schedule number 12, current asset. Next one, interest accruing but not due. See, interest accruing but not due. Interest accruing but not due, where we can show this one is also is a current asset for us. So show it in the schedule number 1. Show it in the schedule number 1 premium. Add to the premium. So here add to premium. Okay, again schedule number 12, current assets. Schedule number 12, current assets. Next adjustment, claims admitted but not paid. That means outstanding claims. So this is first one, second one, third one. Claims admitted but not paid. Claims admitted but not paid. So it is a claims is a expenses for the company. It is a, if it is not paid, it is a liability. So you have to show schedule number 4, benefits paid. Benefits paid. So we can add to claims. Add here to claims. Under schedule number 4, benefits paid, add to claims. Again, where we can show it is a current liability. So current liability is schedule number 13. Schedule number 13, current liability. Okay, next adjustment, surrenders outstanding. Surrenders outstanding. So this is fourth one, where we can show, see, surrenders, that means surrenders admitted but not paid means what? It is also called as surrenders outstanding. So it is a current liability for the company. So it should be benefits paid. We have to show it in the schedule number 4, benefits paid. Again, we have to show it in the schedule number 13 current liabilities. So schedule number 4 benefits paid. So add to surrenders. Again schedule number 13 current liabilities. So show it in the schedule number 4 benefits paid, add to surrenders. Again schedule number 13, show it as current liability. Next schedule is further bonus in reduction of premium. Further bonus in reduction of premium. So show it in the schedule number 1. Again show it in the schedule number 4 benefits paid. Schedule number 1 is premium, add to premium. Again schedule number 4 bonus, add to further bonus reduction of premium. Now next item, further bonus in reduction of premium. So this should be in schedule number 1 premium, add to premium. Here under schedule number 1 premium, add to premium. Again schedule number 4 add, so bonus schedule number 4 benefits paid. Schedule number 4 benefits paid, add to bonus. Add to bonus. Next adjustment, sixth one, surrenders adjusted against loans and policies. See, surrenders adjusted against loans and policies, where we have to show. So in the schedule number 4 benefits paid, add to the schedule number 4 benefits paid. Add to surrender. So schedule number 4 benefits paid, add to surrenders. Again coming to schedule number 9. So minus from schedule number 9 reserves and surplus. Schedule 9 reserves and surplus. Minus from reserves and surplus. See here, schedule number 4 benefits paid, add to surrenders. Again schedule number 9 reserves and surplus, minus from schedule number 9. Next schedule is management expenses outstanding. So any outstanding is a current liability. So we have to show. So management expenses is a schedule number 3. Operating expenses comes under. So management expenses comes under operating expenses, schedule number 3. Again it should be shown in the current liabilities, schedule number 13. So outstanding management expenses, where we have to show. So this one is 7th one. So where we have to show, see this one is schedule number 3, operating expenses. Under operating expenses, add to the management expenses. So they will give management expenses. If there is any outstanding management expenses, we can add to the management expenses. Outstanding management expenses should be added to the management expenses. Again, we should show in the schedule number 13 liability, current liability. Schedule number 13 current liability. Next adjustment, claims recovered under reinsurance premium. Eighth one, claims recovered under reinsurance premium. So where we have to show claims covered under reinsurance premium under schedule number 4, benefits paid minus from claims. See, under schedule number 4, benefits paid minus from claims, show it in the schedule number 12, current assets. Current assets. Next adjustment is further claims. Ninth one. So further claims, where we can show further claims, it is just like claims. So claims only, we should treat it as a claims only. So schedule number 4, benefits paid add to claims. Now schedule number 13, it should be shown in the schedule number 13, current liabilities. So again, further claim should be shown in the schedule number 4, benefits paid add to the claims. Again, it should be shown in the current liability, schedule number 13. Now next adjustment is reinsurance premium. So where we have to show reinsurance premium. So reinsurance premium in schedule number 1, premium deduct from reinsurance premium, because we have to share the premium with other insurance company. So reinsurance premium, schedule number 1, premium. So here deduct from premium. So coming to schedule number 13, treat it as a current liability. So we have to show it in the current liability, schedule number 13. Next adjustment is claims recoverable from reinsurance company. So the next adjustment, what is the 11th one? Claims recoverable from reinsurance company. Where we have to show here, see this one under schedule number 4, benefits paid minus from claims. See here, claims recoverable from reinsurance company under schedule number 4, benefits paid minus from claims. Again, show it in the schedule number 12. Schedule number 12, treat it as current assets. My dear students, these are the adjustments. Still you have 1 or 3 more adjustment, but in every problem you will be having maximum 4 or 5 to 6 adjustment you will be having. So usually you will be having this one, surrenders outstanding you will be having, further bonus, reduction in premium you will be having, and surrenders adjusted against loans and policies you will be having, and also management expense outstanding, and also claims recovered or claims covered under reinsurance premium you will be having, and further claims and reinsurance premium, and also claims recoverable from reinsurance company. So these are the major adjustment you will be having, or usually this type of adjustment will be asked in the exam. So minimum you will be having 4 to 5 adjustment in the company or in the life insurance company account. So I hope you are clear. So while doing the problem, we will discuss all these types of adjustments once again. So we will discuss all the adjustments and also any other different adjustments. If the question is having, we will discuss that also. If you have any other different types of adjustment, we will discuss in the problem and in the next session. So we will discuss the problem on life insurance company. Till then, thank you so much. See you in the next session.